And it's Sunday, January 22nd. I'm starting to get ready for spring planting. Got a few plants started, seeds already started in the greenhouse. Thought I'd give you a little tour since I do a lot of work in this greenhouse. As you can see, it's a glass greenhouse. It's about, I think, 6 or 8 feet by 10 feet. All glass. You can see I've got a cover on it because in the summertime it gets really hot in there. And so this is just like a netted type cover you might put over a dog kennel. In fact, I think that's what it was sold for. My wife bought it for me at Walmart. So let's go inside, take a look at it. It can get pretty hot, so I've got a vent up at the top, an active vent at the back. I've also got a heater. I only keep this in here in the winter time and take it out in the summer because it's so humid, keep it from rusting and being destroyed. So I've got a little bit of hydroponics. See these white material? These are little net pots, they call them. They're about 2 inches. I've got PVC that I drilled holes to fit them. The white material is a mineral material, I think, and I was just setting them up with some lettuce that I've had for a while. You can see it's all PVC, 4-inch pipe. It goes around and around and around. All the tape is from covering holes where I didn't have things planted in the past. Come around here, and right here is my water hose that's coming in. I've just got a standard pool pump down at the, in the container, just storage container right there. I got it at Lowe's. Pumps water in here. It goes all the way around and comes out right here. And right here's the drain that goes back down. Got a little valve. This is necessary. Play with that a lot. I had 2 challenges in setting up. One is getting it level so that the water's the same depth all through. And then getting this open too much and the water level will drain, close it too much, and the water level will just overflow. So it took a few days to get that regulated. Right now I just planted some lettuce in it. My first year I had daily lettuce for weeks on end. Second year, it was kind of a crash. This year I'm just now really actually getting it started, and I'm using some older seed. Some of the plants I've got in here. This is called the century tree. It started from acorns. It comes from the century oak on the Texas A&M campus. If you've been on the campus, you may be familiar with that. It is an enormous, enormous oak. And it's got a lot of history to it, I imagine. My daughter Minty and I were there, I think it was about 2 years ago for a football game. Walked over, toured the campus, and we saw this crowd kind of gathered around it. In the middle, under the shade, was a young couple. The guy was on his knee. So there's a lot of history to that tree. Right here, these are both camellia plants, Camellia sinensis. These are the ones they grow to make tea. And so I'm going to plant these up the farm in a few weeks, water them. Hopefully I can grow some tea. It's not an industry in the U.S., and we're kind of marginal as far as keeping them alive, so we'll see how that turns out. Looking down at the bottom, okay, I've got, there's broccoli on the left, 2 varieties of onion started, more broccoli, a little more broccoli. We kind of like broccoli. And if you see these little blank spaces here, I've actually put some pepper seeds in there. They're kind of old. I'm going to give them a few more days to germinate, and if they don't, they're gone. Up here, same. I've seen what looks like a couple of them germinating, but we'll see if that works out. These are tomatoes. Black Krim tomato. That's a little bit over half of these. And the other one is Hungarian heart. Now, I've been trying different tomatoes. I usually try about 2 different heirloom varieties each year. Last year was the first time I'd run across Black Krim. Delicious, meaty, large. That's why I'm growing them for a second year. Normally I don't do that unless I find something really, really good. And so I'm planning on doing a lot of canning again this year for the tomato. In fact, you can see I can't possibly eat all these tomatoes. So I'll plant what I can here at the house. Usually about 12 to 18 plants is all I can squeeze into my garden. All the rest are going to go up the farm. So stay tuned. You know, you may hear from me anyway. Down here on the bottom, of course, like this is crowded. You see all these cat litter containers? Okay, this is a glass greenhouse. This is not the most energy efficient place you've ever found in your life. So what those do, each one of them holds about 1.5 gallons of water. And that 1.5 gallons works as a heat sink. I think overall, if I count that up, plus my container for my hydroponics, I've got well over 500 pounds of thermal mass. That thermal mass helps a lot in regulating the temperature of this greenhouse, particularly in the wintertime. Because the ones here that you see, these are on the south side of the greenhouse. They absorb some heat, and then of course at nighttime, they let that out. And so I've got some odd and end plants here that just kind of take up space more than anything. But see how green they are? We had 20-degree weather about 2 weeks ago, and the greenhouse got awfully cold. I didn't have my thermostat set right, but I got no damage. And this is right down here on the ground, right next to the glass. And so all this thermal mass really helps, and I would imagine it probably saves me a lot of energy also. On this north side, you can see there's a little bit of styrofoam. That helps to insulate just a little bit against that cold air where it doesn't get any exposure to sun. I've also got gravel down on the bottom. I've got these 2-foot paving stones down the middle to walk on, and the bottom, pretty frequently I'll take a water hose, just flood this until the bottom is completely covered. That helps to maintain my humidity level. And I put a new thermometer in here a few days ago. I think right now it says 69%. Well, I've had the door open a lot. It usually stays about 90%. And high of 86, low of 54 in the last 24 hours. Right now it's 70, which actually is probably a little bit cool because I've been in and out. More odd and end plants. I don't have a particular theme. We'll see how the hydroponics grow this year. I want to get that back to working again like it used to. All right. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll maybe do an update at some point later on.